Errol Spence Jr. makes a public appearance looking mighty flashy and confirms that what is next for his squad. Specifically, though, I do believe that he is talking about Frank Martin. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to talk about Errol Spence Jr. having made a public appearance, looking kind of shiny, but also puts out a tweet, which is very similar to another tweet that he had put out, picking somebody for a fight. This time, though, it seems as if he is confirming and backing up a fact that Gervonta Davis will be fighting Frank Martin next. Now, before I get into the details, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much for continuing to watch the channel. And thank you to everybody that supports in the super thanks. D. Murray was the last person. It was a couple days ago in the video breaking Gervonta Davis rejects $25 million for Conor Benn. Which was a while ago and a complete and utter story, because ain't no way in the world he did that. But go check out the video. But D. Murray, thank you very much. I appreciate you, man. Look, man, Gervonta Davis, Errol Spence Jr. is with the PBC, and a lot of people are wondering what he's going to do next, because number one, it looked like this Terrence Crawford fight is not going to take place. Also, you have issues, whether real or imagined, by boxing fans and who talk about what's going on with the PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, and whether or not there's going to be fights at all on Amazon Prime. You know, despite the fact that there's a fight card that is 29 days from now that actually have fights on the undercard laid out, unlike some other cards that will be taking place in April that still don't have an undercard associated with it. But yet, people, and I'm sorry, and I did miss Cal Coolett with the big $10 holler in the super thanks. So thank you, Cal Coolett, who said thanks. Appreciate you, man, because this one was on Gervonta Davis finally admits. Devin Haney finally admits that Gervonta Davis hurt him, which, by the way, he did. Wow. So thank you, D. Murray. I'm sorry, man. I just noticed that was at the top of the list. So Cal Coolett. So I got to let you know that. So anyway, people are asking what's going on with him. There's all kind of problems with PBC. So he comes out with a new hairdo, got his hair braided, looking all kind of all kind of slick. Also puts to bed rumors that he looks fat and out of shape, because that is definitely not the case. Looks very, very proportioned, strong looking dude, but still at the same time, not gigantically fat or out of weight or anything like that. So that looks like it's all together. And then the statement that he made, he says that he's team himself and anybody that signed with him, which means that he is he's team Frank Martin. And so clearly he is going to be betting and hoping and putting his back and backing up Frank Martin in this fight that Frank Martin has coming up with Gervonta Tank Davis next. Now, as far as that fight goes, if the tape that came out yesterday is any indication of what's going to go on in that fight between him and Frank Martin, man, Frank Martin going to be in a lot of trouble with Gervonta Davis. Now, let me tell you why I say that. Because the tape, but it's not the tape of Frank Martin sparring Gervonta Davis, where Gervonta Davis said that he thumped Frank Martin. And be careful, I'm going to hurt your boy, right? And you have Gervonta's trainer, Kenny Ellis, talking about mandible, like basically breaking cheekbones and breaking nasal passages. It's not a tape of that. It's the tape that came out that confirmed what Gervonta Davis said about Devin Haney, which is that he beat up Devin Haney in a sparring match. And not only did he beat him up, people had to jump in the ring to call the dogs off because he was out of it. And that Adrian Broner ran up there, jumped in between the two of them. Matter of fact, Mike Stafford jumped in between the two of them and separated them. All of that played out in living color on that tape that was released by Ryan Garcia. Now, I have to tell you, there's going to be some people that are saying, Fanon, you're hating on Devin. I can't lie. I'm hating on Devin Haney fans. Not Devin Haney himself. Looked like a young boy, kind of thin, who was just in there with somebody that was just too strong and was thumping him up. Right now, they say later on in that particular video that, Devin started boxing him and doing, okay, man, maybe. But I'll tell you this. What Gervonta Davis said was true. And if you didn't have that headgear, and you didn't have those, and you weren't getting hit with 16-ounce gloves, but you were in 8-ounce gloves, that was nighty night. If they would not have restopped that fight once they pulled the dogs off on you, because when people jump in the ring and the referee jumps in the back and says back up, that's a stoppage. That's a stoppage. Okay. Now, what does that have to do with Frank Martin, other than me, rubbing it in the faces of maybe a few Devin Haney fans? It's this, that Gervonta Davis didn't lie about that, so he may not be lying about when he said he cracked Frank Martin. Also, he said that he cracked Shakur Stevenson. So, like I've said on multiple occasions, it's not unreasonable at all that Gervonta Davis in a sparring match might hurt you. Matter of fact, it's dang near likely that Gervonta Davis will hurt you in a sparring match. I've now seen him crack and step to, in a very, 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 very effective manner, both Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. Now, granted, again, both of them were younger than him at the time that it happened. However, both of them had said that they had done that they had beaten up on Gervonta Davis, and it wasn't true that Gervonta Davis hurt him. But now that the cat's out the bag on Devin Haney and the cat's been out the bag on Teofimo Lopez, a lot of these other guys talking about what they're doing with Tank, man, people may be a little less willing to believe it. But anyway it goes, man, I'm happy to see Errol Spence Jr. out and about. I am happy to see him looking good, looking healthy. I'm happy to see Frank Martin get this fight with Gervonta. I'm happy to see Gervonta get into the ring with a guy that, is a legitimate threat to him, even though I'm sure the closer we get to the fight, the less of a threat he's going to be, according to certain people, because it's just, some people are in the business of really, really robbing Gervonta Davis of his glory, man. Even though Gervonta Davis is a special fighter, man. That kid, God, dog, he beat up Devin Haney. Man, he beat up Devin Haney. And don't tell me that, play the rest of the tape. No. When those guys jumped in there like that and they broke that up, and Devin kind of did that little, and they were looking at him and his hand was like this. Nah, man. Nah, that man got hurt. Anyway, that's my take on the matter. I think I'm going to be stuck on that all day today. That's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.